What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on a Volvo C70, and what I'm going to show y'all today is how to do rear shocks and front struts. And rear shocks are really easy to do, and we got a light right here. All you're going to need to get the rear shocks off is a 10mm and a 15mm after you take your tire off. So light on the situation. Right there, that is your 15mm. That is a bolt, comes straight out. Then let me get y'all up in here, straight up there, 2 10mm. Do that, it comes out, and I think you do have to pull this off. I don't have the new ones in stock yet. Probably just depends on what type you get and which ones you get factory, whatever. But don't know if we have to pull that off, but just to get it out here, I'm going to show you how to do that. Parts won't be in until tomorrow, so I'll be able to show you part numbers and stuff tomorrow. Just be probably a few minutes for y'all, but it's going to be a whole day for me. But like I said, 10, 10, 15. And I'll kind of show y'all how I'm going to do this. Got a little extension, swivel. Don't know what the torque specs are on these yet, just because I haven't got them. Do have a little bit of Loctite on them. Thread locker, same thing. Come out of there. It's all the way out. I just gotta get it. You can see it's got that blue thread locker on it. Then we're gonna take a 15. That comes off, that goes on. Get on there. All right. We got that. And pull her out. That one has thread locker on it too, but if we have to take this top off, pretty easy. Try to get my hand out of the way because I'm on my phone at the moment. There's that nut right there, and then all that should slide off. Probably the cover, the little isolator, which is coming apart as y'all can see, and then that. But this is an 09 C70. That's 47,000 miles on it. It's crazy, but these are just worn out from time, and it does bounce a little bit when you drive it. So now let's go to the front. So on the front, we're going to be pulling this out. They can be stubborn and tight. May have to use both my hands. Let me pull that out right here, but it's just like wedged in there really good. I can't get my hand in there, just one hand. And then you're gonna have another one right here. That is your speed sensor. And down in here, get my light out for y'all. Right there. That little tab right there, push that in and that pulls right out. That just pushes out, but I just need 2 hands. We're going to be changing axles on this too. They do have busted axles on both sides. After you do that, we're going to come back and I'll show you what else you got to pull off. Alright, got both of those out. Next we're going to take the stabilizer bar link off, 15mm, and then a 5mm Allen. And we're just going to thread this off just like that. I did break it loose before just so I could show y'all this right here, but these come off pretty easy. Once it gets so far, it should be able to just do it by hand. See how loose that is. and the bracket goes against the strut. that one. We'll hang right there. And since I'm doing the axle, I'm gonna break this nut right here loose. All right, don't know where I was. Somebody came up, they brought the parts actually, a lot quicker than I thought. So that's a good thing. But took this off. Next step, like I said, we're gonna pull this right here off. That is a 15 as well. And should be able to just zip that off real quick and screw it on just a hair. So and then I'm gonna hit that with a hammer. I don't have my tie rod tool with me, or I would use it. Wow, that come loose very easy. Was not expecting that. Just barely even hit it. But now we can turn this, and right here is another 15. So take that out. Get your hammer and just hammer that down like that, and you can see it's moving. Let me get my flashlight. But you can see it's kind of moving a little bit. Just do that until it comes off, and then you can get on top, pull. There's 313s on the top. I don't know how well y'all can see. There's 313s right there, and then this whole strut will come out. So that's what I'm doing. We'll hammer this out so I can get it to move and come out of there. It will go down far enough. It's just going to take a little maneuvering to get it to come out all the way. All right, so I was wrong. There are 2 13s on the driver's side and 1 20 millimeter, which it looks like the grounding lug or something. But I got it all loose, and then you just pull it down, and there you go. That is your strut assembly. And now I got to get the axle out. All you have to do to get the axle out, I will show you this. It'd be kind of like an axle video too. Once you get all that out, you can move it enough to get your axle out, and then you just get something behind here, and they make like a slide hammer attachment. That works great. Or you can get kind of like a pry bar or something and get in there and pop it loose. Whichever one you can get in there to do it with. You might have to pry a little bit because these can get stuck sometimes. All right, so we do have to change this portion off. The way I did it was took my impact 13 millimeter, broke the nut loose just a little bit to where it was loose enough that I can take it off with this wrench right here. Attached a vice grip to the flat part, and then you can hold this and turn the vice grip, and it will thread it right off. And by the time it reaches the vice grip, because you can bring it like that, by the time it reaches it, it will be loose enough you can pull it right off. So like I said, here is the nut right there, and then this will slide right off. You can see where that one has been leaking a good bit, and that's why the end of it looks like that. Set this down to the side. I kind of go over part numbers with y'all. Only ones they could get were KYBs on the back. Part number, this is from AutoZone, not a sponsor, so we could get them from. Part number 348082. This is an axle. This is the short axle. Find out where it's coming. There we go. 10508N. This is short axle. Long axle is right here. Put it on both sides. She is heavy. 10973N. And then front struts are Duralast. For the right side, we have LS 34-85741R, and I think it's just 85741L for the left. So there's your part numbers. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this one back together with the new shock. I'll give you our torque specs when I come back too. So I got the strut back, or shock back together, and I didn't find the torque spec for that nut, but I just tightened it down pretty tight just so it wouldn't come off. And I got it up in there. I don't have these torqued yet. These torque to 23 Newton meters, and then this big one on the back right there, that is 115 Newton meters. And this is what I'm going to use. And then there's my socket for the bottom. But let me torque these down, and then we can go to the front. I can start showing you how to put the fronts together. I'm going to show you on the passenger side just because it's got the level sensor right here. You can see that's the height sensor. But got the axle in. Like I said, this wasn't really an axle video, but kind of turned into one too. But got the axle in, got the strut in right here, and it's just like finger tight on the top. I just stuck it in there on the bottom, started on top, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to feed this in. Be mindful, there is this little piece right there. You have to line it up with that slot, and you're going to have to hit it with a hammer and stuff to get it to seat up all the way on there, but just make sure that you get it lined up right, and you got to get it down far enough to where you can get the bolt through and tighten it down. But I'll show you how we're going to do this. You see there's a hole right there, got a pry bar in here, and you can pry down and you see how it kind of popped over. And I'm just going to push down on it and maneuver it over so that it lines up. And that's pretty much all I'm going to do. And if you're on the ground, you can actually put the tire on there once you get it started and lower the car down, and it might even push it up. I don't know. I'm going to use a screw jack. I'll show you what I got. I'm just going to use one of these on the lift, put pressure on it, and just kind of tap it with a hammer until it just seats up on there all the way. Driver's side took me probably 15 minutes to get it to seat up in there all the way. And then before I torque down everything, I'll bring y'all back and show me torquing stuff down and give you torque specs. All right, so got it in, got the bolt in and kind of just hand tight. And we're going to torque that down. That torques to 90 Newton meters. And then the upper bolts torque to 30 Newton meters. And then your tie rod is going to torque to 63 Newton meters. The sway bar end link, that right there, is going to torque to 50 Newton meters. So I'm going to go ahead and put all that on, and then whenever I get ready to tighten down the axle nut, I'll bring y'all back and show you how I'm going to do this and what the torque spec is for that. So I'm going to tighten everything else down, put the wheel speed sensor, the brake line back in, and all that stuff, and get it to the point where all I have to do is the axle bolt. Alright, so got everything torqued down except for the axle bolt, and this is going to torque to 35 Newton meters and then an additional 90. And the way we're going to do this is I'm going to put 2 lug nuts right here, get a pry bar to hold that with, probably get somebody to help me, but they'll hold it while I torque this down. 35 Newton meters, you can probably do it by yourself, just holding the rotor and pushing it down. It's not that much. It's roughly 30 something foot-pounds, but once we get through with that, I'm going to put a pry bar in here and then turn it an additional 90 degrees. Alright, so I'm in the car now, I'm test driving it, and as you can see, it is raining and coming to a stoplight. But test driving it just to make sure everything is good to go. And right now everything seems pretty good. We got it all put back together, got it all torqued down, got the wheels put on, torqued on. Pretty much did a tire rotation too because I had them all off because I did the rear shocks and the front struts. But everything is going good on it and seems to be riding good. It's a lot better drive because before, whenever you'd hit a bump, it would bounce really bad, and whenever it kept bouncing, I should say. Yeah, it would keep bouncing, especially on the rear, because one of the rears was leaking pretty bad. And I wanted to show you that passenger side front just because it does have the height sensor on there, and you want to make sure that you get that back on there, because you're going to have to take that off the door, because if not, you're going to break that sensor or the arm or something. You just want to make sure. But everything's good to go. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comment section and get to them as soon as possible. If you liked the video, hit like, subscribe, notification bell if you haven't done so already. If you didn't like it, let me know why. Y'all know the torque specs to like the little nuts and stuff on the rear shocks and stuff like that, or any of the stuff that I may have forgotten. Let me know in the comment section too, because it will help some people out as well. But like I said, I appreciate all the views, the subscribers and everything. It has helped my channel grow tremendously, and I just wanted to say thank y'all for that. But y'all know what to do. Hit all the buttons, and remember, torque to stake. Y'all have a great day.